together with the folks, with Dave Holman's great group, Greater Education Council. We talked with the folks in Greenwich Patriots. We talked to folks in a few of the towns. There's a school board member, Gail Harris, up in West Hartford. We kind of made contact with folks we knew who were working on these things. And we said, hey, you know what? If we all write to our reps and senators and rep and senate candidates, maybe we can build a little support for this. The key point was we consulted with State Senator Rob Sampson, who is fantastic. He himself had submitted a Stop Woke Act statute to the Connecticut legislature in the past year. It didn't go anywhere because this is, Republican minority, Dems oppose this stuff, etc. But we had the good fortune of meeting with Senator Sampson, showed him our draft statute, and he liked it. He made some suggestions, which we followed and revised. He said, basically, don't put too much in any one statute. It gets so top-heavy and trying to get votes. He said, do your anti-ideological indoctrination in one statute, and do your parental access rights and notice of health care issues in another statute. So that's what we did. But Rob Sampson has said, you send me the drafts of those two statutes, and in January of 2025, I'll submit them to the Connecticut legislature. We'll have our battle over a Stop Woke Act here in Connecticut. He was very frank and realistic about it. He said, unless we got a major change in popular opinion, it's not going to pass, but we at least start the battle. And that's what our goal was. His point is, for things that are presently relatively unpopular in a legislature, only when they see that people are really fed up with the way things are and are insisting on change, well, they might start changing their approaches. And so what we did during this past election season, again, it was a shoestring operation. We put together the email for every candidate who was running for office in the state legislature or state senate. And we distributed them among our own and other groups. And we sent copies, I just emailed copies of the two statutes on an explanatory memo to everyone and said, here's a draft email you can send to anybody on the state representatives and senators list. And if we made a common shared document where people could report, I've emailed this one, I've emailed that one, and keep track. I've managed to reach every Republican incumbent state house and state senate in Connecticut, saying this is why we advocate for this statute. This is a real problem that's coming into and flooding our school districts. These statutes do protect First Amendment rights, will also protect the education system against this frankly radical indoctrination. A few folks wrote back and said, I totally endorse this. Rob Sampson endorses it. But now that we have a new legislature elected, my thought is maybe we can try this again. When Rob Sampson introduces the two statutes, we could have members of this group here, Greenwich Patriots, Greater Education Council Connecticut, our Amity Regional School District called the Amity Advocates. And again, try to just inundate our reps and senators with support for this kind of legislation. So I've already talked a little too long, so I'm just going to sum up briefly the legislation we propose. It's, like I said, it's an extraction from